5 ways to master your subconscious mind. The most prominent reason people fail to become masters of the power of their mind, and therefore their outer conditions, is because they don't understand how the subconscious thinks. Since our true power comes from our subconscious mind, it's essential to comprehend the differences between its role and the conscious mind's role. If your intention is to use your mind to attract something or change something about yourself, it's imperative to utilize the proper methods of lining up with the subconscious mind's massive potential. To alter results, we must access the subconscious being itself in such a way that it allows it to cooperate and change any underlying directives or hidden decisions. Following are 5 powerful ways to do this. Tip 1. Risk-taking. Superior men and women are always stretching themselves and reaching outside of their comfort zones. They are very aware how quickly the comfort zone in any area can become a rut. They know that complacency is the great enemy of creativity and future possibilities. As unknowns are seen as scary to the subconscious mind, risk becomes an important factor to success. This facilitates change by overriding existing standards. To create change in your subconscious, you must allow for an unknown variable, something different than what the mind is already aware of. The mind thinks it knows everything, and in a way it does. It knows everything it knows. It may even know everything that is possible, but it must believe in those possibilities on an individual basis. If you want a new life, you must challenge your subconscious mind by making it seek out new variables. Be willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable doing new things the first few times. Your subconscious mind causes you to feel emotionally and physically uncomfortable whenever you attempt to do anything new or different or to change any of your established patterns of behavior. However, risk-taking pushes the boundaries and creates advanced expanded comfort zones in the subconscious mind. There's a common misconception that taking risk can be detrimental. The truth of the matter is, taking risk is no more risky than playing it safe or maintaining the status quo. In fact, often by failing to innovate, make changes, and move forward in different areas of our lives, we open ourselves up to the possibility of stagnation and falling behind. Without risk-taking, the opportunity for growth beyond what is already being experienced is dramatically diminished. Risk offers new causes that set into motion new effects. With risk-taking, there is always the possibility of making mistakes or even failing to get desired results with the attempt. However, the most successful people in the world understand that failing is what ultimately propels them to achieve their goals. It's their perception of so-called failure that differs from most. Failure is okay with them because they understand the rewards in their effort. If one risk doesn't work out for them, they consider a new risk rather than taking a permanent defeat. Consequently, this alters the boundaries of the subconscious. With this type of action and attitude, the subconscious mind has no choice but to concede to the fact that the conscious mind has rigidly decided that it will continue repeating attempts until it is successful. Once this type of surrender occurs with the subconscious, existing limits are replaced with larger and grander standards that attract new outcomes in alignment with the conscious request. Tip 2. Auto-inquisition. One powerful way to change the subconscious mind is by asking it questions. Questions allow for these unknown variables already mentioned and open the mind to seek new answers. The subconscious is designed to help you get an answer or solve a problem you are having difficulty with using the quickest, fastest way to the solution. It works on the principle of least effort and follows the path of least resistance. This is, once again, to ensure your survival. Can you ignore a question? Can you ignore this one? It should be noted that your subconscious mind answered each of those questions before you ever consciously created a response. The brain cannot ignore a question. It must process the question into an answer before it even considers that the question is a question. This is something we can use to our advantage. The trick is to format the question in a precise way in order to get by the subconscious mind's walls. A style of question that allows for this is, what else is possible that I have not yet considered? With a question like this, the subconscious mind must automatically go in search of something unknown because it has already considered every possibility it is aware of, and it will continue to search until it finds the answer. Phrasing questions regarding your desires triggers the subconscious to seek the answer out immediately. Examples might be, how cool is it that I have so much money? What am I going to do with all this extra cash? What do I need to get ahead in life? How can I make this a reality? Your subconscious mind cannot disregard these questions. It immediately processes and attempts to answer any questions. While you may not consciously come up with the answer, your brain has already answered the question, and your subconscious is holding the response for you. The subconscious mind also relates to what-if style questions. For example, what if I were successful at my goals? What would that look like? When we keep asking questions and stay in search of more questions, we are able to create more changes in our lives. Through subconscious answer seeking, the mind comes to conclusions that open the possibility of further growth. Constantly challenging your subconscious mind with the what else is possible and what if style of inquiries will keep it on its metaphoric toes in order to create desired results. This technique, which can be formatted in whatever way works best for you, is known as auto-inquisition. It was used by musicians such as Beethoven, Bach, and also by Thomas Edison and many other inventors. Thomas Edison practiced auto-inquisition by sitting in his favorite chair and lightly resting while holding metal balls in his hand suspended over a metal bowl. During this rest, he would focus on a question about a problem he was trying to solve. The moment he started to doze off, his hand would relax and the balls would clang into the metal bowl, waking him up. This allowed Edison to remain suspended between the sleeping and dreaming states, where he would have access to information in his subconscious mind. This particular drowsy state, combined with auto-inquisition, is an ideal creative playground that has the power to manifest solutions with phenomenal accuracy. To increase your success rate with auto-inquisition, asking questions just prior to sleep as you're in a relaxed state and just about to drift off will amplify the outcome. The function of your subconscious mind is to store and retrieve data, and many people awake after falling asleep with a question in mind to find that the answer to the next step toward their goal has miraculously been delivered. Tip 3. Expectation. The power of expectation subconsciously controls your life to create self-fulfilling prophecies. Expectation serves as the master plan for your subconscious mind. Your belief that you are a particular kind of person with a particular role generates the expectation which can make you successful or unsuccessful. Expectation can fill you with energies to achieve more or make you unhappy and dissatisfied. Unfortunately, the expectations of many are narrowed by their early experiences in life. However, if you want to make positive changes regarding your reality, discovering ways to change your expectation is a powerful component. Your subconscious mind remembers thousands of your habitual activities suggested to be stored by the brain as instantly retrievable. All nerve cells recognize combinational patterns. Any cells that are unrelated to your current concern become inhibited since they fail to recognize a linking pattern. Throughout the nervous system, there are neural circuits which switch off other circuits when their own areas are energized. As a result, context is identified through elimination. Everything you do works this way. For each word in your speech, this system eliminates all other words and your vocabulary which do not suit the expression of your idea. Accordingly, the same mechanism can narrow your range of expectations unless challenged with repetition to create new ones. It may become taxing for the mind to stay in a place of positive expectation when it finds itself in a perceived negative life situation. Being the survival machine it is, it often will come to some negative projection or assumption about the situation. This is where it's important to have a depth in your being that allows you to stay open to the mind's movement without being totally identified with it. The space keeps your vibration from being totally influenced by the negativity of the mind and thus ensures room to allow new expectations and solutions to develop without coercion. Begin to change your expectations into more desirable anticipations through eliminating any reinforcement of negative assumptions that your mind delivers to you. Simply allow these assumptions to be as they are, and then allow them to leave the same way, without any attachment to them, negative or positive. The best attitude to have is to never come to a negative conclusion about anything happening, rather just see everything as a step towards a more positive reality. This place of open positive expectation is a powerful state of being that keeps you in alignment with your life stream, allowing for swift manifestation of solutions and desired realities. In addition, nurturing self-confidence and success will naturally generate positive expectations. This is the reasoning behind repeatedly teaching your mind that you already are these things. One way to do this is by becoming consciously aware of anything joyful in life, no matter how trivial it may seem. However small a reward, expectation releases dopamine and energizes you. By consciously noticing those things that bring you happiness, you train your brain to subconsciously begin the search for more. This in turn creates new expectations in the subjective mind.
Coinmaster, play now.
Tip 4. Meditation. If we can allow our left logical brain to get out of the way, we create space for the right brain's reality to come forward, creating more balance and joy in our awareness and in our life. Right brain is the home of the subconscious mind. Through the use of meditation, we engage the right brain, and the left brain moves into a state of rest. The right brain is then allowed to be more prevalent. From this space, if we lay our desires and intentions, we can manifest and create deliberately in a more effective manner. This balances both hemispheres of the brain and offers more empowerment. In other words, making conscious decisions to work on your manifestations allows room for the subconscious mind to take the directive. If you are not experienced with meditation, simply sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and relax your mind and body by taking a few deep, long breaths. Notice that your thoughts randomly drift in, and then allow them to drift away without any emotional attachment. Begin to consciously observe your natural breathing. If you catch yourself drifting to your thinking state, gently revert back to focusing on your breathing. Slowly, the amount of thoughts will reduce as your breathing becomes more rhythmic and your physical body becomes more relaxed. Bring your focused attention to your intention. Whatever you focus on in this state is in a space that will be impressed directly into your subconscious. Meditation is a form of conscious sleeping. Scientists have found evidence that people who practice meditation are more aware of their unconscious brain activity, leading to a feeling of conscious control over their bodies as well as their reality. Just as you sleep to gain energy for your daily functioning, meditation assists in gaining creative energy for what you intend to accomplish. It allows a person the ability to consciously tap into the powers of their subconscious mind in order to achieve goals, and has been documented to enable people to attain a higher state of consciousness, greater focus, creativity, self-awareness, and a more relaxed and peaceful frame of mind. When a person meditates on a regular basis, the part of the brain that constantly references back to you, your perspective, and your experiences, and its strong, tightly held connection to bodily sensation and the fear centers begins to break down. As this connection withers, there is no longer an assumption that a bodily sensation or momentary feeling of fear means something is wrong, or that the self is the problem. Therefore, the ability to ignore sensations of anxiety is enhanced as you begin to break the connection, leaving a more positive, healthy, and rational subconscious mind. With time and practice, people become calmer, have a greater capacity for empathy, and find they tend to respond in a more balanced way to things, people, or events in their lives. This type of behavior transmits a frequency that is favorable for producing positive results where desires are concerned. Still, to maintain new neural pathways that develop through meditation, daily practice is important. Keep in mind that there are many meditative techniques available, and each person should find what works best for them. Tip 5. Become a conscious receiver. One of the greatest secrets to getting what you desire is teaching your subconscious mind that you are a receiver of things you wish for. You must emit the signal that you are worthy of getting everything you want and then be open to receiving those things. Imagine that your mind has an antenna available to send and capture vibrations in order to deliver your requests to you. Just as a radio receiver uses an antenna to capture radio waves, process the ones that are vibrating at the desired frequency, and then delivers the sound through speakers, your mind uses vibrations in a similar way. If you carry the feeling of being unworthy, not good enough, disconnected, and unlovable, this is not your authentic truth. The real truth is that you were born worthy and perfect, and there is nothing you have to do, be, or have that will take that away from you. Such beliefs are merely old programming. Interestingly enough, most people are better givers than receivers. This is because giving provides a person great joy, or reward to the mind. Receiving is an art that takes practice. It requires intimacy and allowance. However, being a good receiver honors the giver by offering them the same reward in return, the pleasure of seeing you receive. There is nothing wrong with receiving. In fact, all of life itself wants to celebrate in the pleasure of seeing us do so. Additionally, the more we can receive, the more we have to give back. Practice by receiving compliments generously and without deflecting back to the other person. Say thank you and accept being uncomfortable in the beginning. This may be foreign to your mind at first. Nonetheless, you will see that after several repetitions, you'll be less and less uneasy and more appreciative of the compliments and yourself. This creates a new boundary for your mind to open up to. Notice when something good happens in your life and extend appreciation. Gratitude is acknowledgement that what is taking place offers you pleasure so that more can be delivered to you. It also displays awareness that you are a recipient of goodness. The more grateful you are for what you already have, the more you'll be able to receive. The subconscious mind will diligently search for more of what pleases you based on the feeling states involved. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, be grateful for everything that you do have. Any situations, relationships, objects, and, yes, even your challenges. They are helping you to grow and create more of what you desire. Begin stating, "I am worthy" to yourself as many times as you think to do so until it becomes a belief. The more you use this auto-suggestion, the more your subconscious mind will reveal the truth of that statement. Be committed to having your desires and realize that all of life is here to support you. Most importantly, practice ways of loving yourself without the need of approval from others. This loving energy naturally attracts more of what you love to you. Altering the subconscious mind for your benefit is a practice, not a philosophy. This is to say, if you truly want change in your life, there is required time and effort to succeed. The subconscious mind is a powerhouse with unlimited capacity, and anyone has the choice to reprogram it to work in their favor or to be a slave to its prior conditioning. By allowing your belief system to be changed, you open yourself to new experiences and possibilities in your life. This also empowers your intentions to manifest more readily. Acknowledge that your thoughts and feelings are nothing but pure, intense energy. What you think in your mind, feel in your body, and therefore carry as beliefs directly influences what you attract. Consequently, we each have the ability to direct positive energy to our mind in order to fashion a life we desire. Every one of us has the option to use this immense mind power to deliver great wealth, desired weight loss, satisfying relationships, a healthy body, and fun experiences. People have miraculously recovered from terminal illnesses and manifested tremendous abundance by simply tapping the power of their subconscious minds. Your conscious mind has the capacity to be the gardener in a mind equipped to grow whatever you plant. Consciously decide what seeds to use and place those seeds in the garden of your subconscious mind. Gently cover the seeds and water them daily through application. Soon, somewhere under the soil, a wonderful thing begins to happen. The amazing earth of the subjective mind reacts with the seed, with the continued encouragement of the gardener through conscious effort. A seedling will sprout from the soul and reach for the sun. Your subconscious mind is where the miraculous creative action occurs. Nurture it appropriately, and all of your desires will flourish.
Decided to break the rules.